What's going on, guys? Coach Kirby Smith here from the Central Ontario Reds and Smith Brothers Baseball Central. Today we're going to be going over a variation of different ladder drills in correlation to our field. Now, the ladder is one of the most underrated training tools for fielders. Reason being is, as a fielder, whether you're an infielder, an outfielder, you need to be athletic. You need to have your feet moving, you need to be able to keep your feet underneath the body. The ladder is a great way to train this, all right? So the first drill we're gonna go over today is just simple feelers of forehand backhand. Now, the reason we have our ladders, like I said, it gets our feet moving, all right? It teaches the athlete what it's like to be able to move side to side, what it's like to be on our toes, how to get low, and how to be explosive. So the very first drill we're gonna do, I'm going to start with this one with no baseball. I highly encourage you to start your athletes without the baseball because it encourages them to get a feel for their body. It encourages them to get a feel for the motion they are looking for rather than focusing too much on the rep and the result of the rep. Once they get the feel, the rep will be a little bit smoother because they have the mechanical breakdown behind it. So the very first one we're going to do is we're going to work on our forehands. Now, I'm going to set up on technically what would already be my forehand side of the ladder. And the motion here, just to get the feet moving, I'm going to go 1 foot in the ladder, out the ladder, in, and then I'm going to work on getting down into my fielding position. All right. Now, with our fielding position on the forehand, we kind of want to just a little bit outside of our foot, guys. In a spot, we're low, we're out over our knee, we're bent down with our body, and we're able to get the baseball. Now, when we start to add an actual ball coming at us, we can very simply start working, okay, just get it, throw back to coach. We can even start working, get the ball, and work on getting our feet around for a little bit more of an explosive move. But what's gonna happen with this drill is you just get athletes going through the ladder. This is a great dynamic fielding warm-up, because you can get guys moving very quickly, you get a lot of reps, a lot of dry reps working on the field. So it kind of looks like this. We're here, coach says go. All right, and then you finish all the way through the ladder. And once again, you can get multiple people going, you can get multiple ladders going, but at the same time, this is teaching the athletes how to keep their feet moving, how to be explosive, and how to get essentially from one side, driving off the toes, to the other. We can then utilize our backhand side. Backhand side is the exact same thing, just we start on the opposite side of the ladder. So when we're on the opposite side of the ladder, we'll be here, it's the same type of motion. In, out, in, backhand. All right, reset, in, out, in, back. Okay? Once again, the whole point of this, start without a baseball cup. Okay? Reason being, it encourages a little bit more of a dynamic warm-up, and it encourages a little bit more quick motions. It encourages a proper feel for the rep without the baseball cup. Once they get through that a few times, we start adding a baseball. Now I got Coach Kurt here. He's going to help me with utilizing this drill with a baseball coming. I'm only going to go through a few sections. The coach who's actually running this drill will be very quick with it. So what's going to happen, we're going to do the same thing we did with our progressions, but we're going to start on our backhand side. We go in, out, in. Now coach is going to start rolling the baseball when you put your first foot back into the second box. Reason being is, as an athlete, we don't want to get here and work on weight, all right? When we're fielding a baseball, we should never have still feet, all right? Even when we're fielding a baseball normal, it's run in, stutter, get, go. So for this drill, we never want to have ourselves still. So coach is going to start rolling the ball when you get that first step of the second one. So then you've got to get the feet bang to the baseball with time to speed the feet up and beat the baseball there. Last thing you want is to teach yourself or to teach your athletes how to get to the baseball and wait on it. Because as soon as they wait on it, they've lost their stride, they've lost their explosiveness within their lower body, and they're going to cause themselves to get tall, put a lot of pressure on their arms, now make that throw across the field or from the outfield to our cutoffs, wherever they might be. If our athletes get still, they're going to start using a lot more muscles within their arm and not utilizing as much within their leg. So this drill is going to kind of look like this. I'm here, we start, feel it. Go again. Through. All right, so that's the first one through. Now, if we were to then speed it up into the next one, so that's just basic backhand. I'm working on getting that ball on my backhand side, getting a little bit of a push through, working through the ball. For the third and final stage of this progression, we're going to work drive-throughs. All right, drive-throughs essentially mean we're going to have the same footwork. We're going one in, one out, one in. Coach is going to roll the ball at very similar time. He's going to roll it a little bit slower this time. When Coach Kurt rolls this baseball, my job is to get to where I want to be and be able to work through the ball. All right, this is encouraging me to get my feet moving a little bit towards my target. It's getting me to get my momentum working into the baseball and attacking the baseball rather than sitting back in. So he's going to roll it at a very similar time, a little bit slower. And my job here is I'm going to get through. I want to get myself set and work my drive of my back foot through. My glove here is going to be back. It's like a small sweep into the baseball. And when I do it, my feet are with me, so I can keep my feet moving with my throw. And it's going to look just like this. Back to the coach, hip set up, into the baseball. Same thing for our forehand. All right, Coach Kurt's going to be helping me out here rolling the baseball. We're just starting on the other side. Once again, the first progression through, you're going to be nice and simple. In and out. As soon as I get that roll, Coach Kurt's going to try to lead me forward. All right, so when I get back through, I'm going to be here trying to take it on my forehand side. Okay? Now, there's two different ways we can do this. The very first one, once again, just get the forehand side, flip it back. So in a more full motion speed, it kind of looks like this. All right, then we're back, right through again, in, out, through the ball. Okay? Now, for the second stage, the more advanced step, we can start getting our hips turned. Now there's going to be two big motions for this. If we get a baseball that's just about here, just off our front foot, if not at our front foot, all right, we want to try to get the baseball, get our feet turned going to our target. Now, if we get that forehand that we're fully extended, working on a 90-degree, perfectly across from where we are, we won't have time to get here and fully get those hips cleared. So the action we want to take is called the pivot step. So the pivot step is essentially we're going to get the ball here, turn, plant his back leg, pivot ourselves to our target. All right? Now, from a coaching side, not the most ideal play for your infielders, especially the little guys. They will, how do I say this? They will do this and then fall in love with it, and then they'll start doing pivot plays on balls they shouldn't do pivot plays. So really make sure we reiterate to our athletes that this is a play that we are fully extended on, and rather than taking our momentum that way, to throw the first base that way, we want to be able to pivot, get ourselves back in line. All right? So this drill, a little bit quicker pace, it's going to look as follows. Here we go. And then we're just going to keep going through until we finish the ladder. This has been Coach Kirby Smith, working on ladder drills on forehand and backhand progressions.